This morning we're going to be looking at the term enlargement and how we calculate enlargements. This is the fourth of the transformations that we've been looking at. So as you can see here, I've got a series of different shapes, different size shapes of my right angle triangle. My original triangle is my little purple triangle here, which the measurements were 7 and 5 centimetres. That was my starting shape this morning. Next to it sits a larger one, an enlarged shape, and the measurements here are 14 and 10. So the question is, what enlargement have I made from my original shape to my new shape? And of course, as you've now worked it out, I've enlarged it by 2. 5 times 2 is 10. And 7 times 2 is 14. I've got a bigger one over here, and the measurements here are 21 and 15. So yes, you've guessed it, my enlargement now, my scale factor is times 3. 5 times 3 is 15, 7 times 3 is 21. Enlarging the shape. You might have noticed, hiding over here in the corner though, oh, this little tiny one. And this one measures 3.5 times 2.5. I've gone from 7 to 3.5. I've gone from 5 to 2.5. So can you work out the scale factor there? The scale factor is a half. So if I've multiplied 7 by a half, my measurement is 3.5. If I've multiplied 5 by a half, I'm down to 2.5. So sometimes the term enlargement actually means that you reduce the size of the shape because you're using a scale factor, which is a fraction, so it actually reduces the shape. If I come back to my two big ones over here, my two big triangles, can we work out the scale factor between this one and this one? From here to here was times 3, from here to here was times 2. What have I done to get from 14 to 21 and from 10 to 15? How do I calculate it? You might have worked out that the scale factor is times 1.5, or if you want to put it as a decimal, 1.5. So how would I calculate that? Well, I take my new shape, my second shape, 21, and I divide it by the original. In this case, this was my original shape, by 14, and my answer is 1.5. Similarly, if I took 15 and divided it by 10, my answer would be 1.5. So from this one to this one, the scale factor is 1.5. We do the same over here. My new shape is my new length is 3.5. The original was 7. So if I calculate 3.5 divided by 7, I will get the scale factor, and I'll be able to work out my answer there. I'm going to leave that one for you to calculate yourselves.